Shashai, the escalation of the Israel-Hezbollah conflict and the role of the United Nations, an organizational behavior perspective. The ongoing conflict between Israel and Hezbollah, the militant group based in Lebanon, has escalated tensions in the region and drawn international concern. Recent clashes have sparked discussions in the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, as world leaders deliberate on how to de-escalate the violence and prevent further humanitarian crises. Beyond the political and military implications, this conflict can be analyzed through the lens of organizational behavior, specifically focusing on the nature of conflicts, their effects, and potential resolutions. Types of conflict. In organizational behavior, conflicts are often categorized based on their origins. The Israel-Hezbollah conflict can be framed through these lenses. 1. Miscommunication. Misinformation or distorted communication channels between Israel and Hezbollah have contributed to misunderstandings, deepening mistrust between the parties. Mixed messages from regional and international actors have further fueled the conflict, making negotiations difficult and contributing to escalations. Part 2. Different values or interests. At the core of this conflict is a fundamental clash of values and interests. Hezbollah, backed by Iran, seeks to resist Israeli influence in the region and defend Lebanon's sovereignty, while Israel views Hezbollah's military activities and influence as a direct threat to its security. These competing interests make it hard for either side to compromise, as both see their positions as existentially critical. Part 3. Personality clashes. Leaders often play significant roles in conflicts. The strong personalities of the key figures in Israel, Hezbollah, and their supporting nations can intensify confrontations. For example, Israeli leadership, influenced by national security concerns, may take a hardline approach, while Hezbollah leaders maintain an aggressive stance to rally their base. This creates a volatile environment where personal animosities heighten tensions. Effects of conflict. The current state of affairs has led to serious consequences, both for the region and the international community. In organizational terms, the effects of this conflict are deeply destructive. 1. Negative emotions. Fear, anger, and hatred have proliferated on both sides, not just among the leaders, but also within the civilian populations. These emotions drive further polarization and contribute to a cycle of violence, making resolution more difficult. 2. Destructive behavior. This is most evident in the military exchanges, with rocket fire, airstrikes, and retaliatory attacks, leading to destruction and loss of life. This behavior not only destabilizes the region, but also creates humanitarian crises as civilians bear the brunt of the conflict. 3. Loss of productivity. In an organizational setting, conflict often leads to a breakdown in efficiency and collaboration. In this case, the region has seen a deterioration in economic stability, displacement of people, and the disruption of daily life, making it impossible to sustain a healthy, functioning society. When to intervene in a conflict. From an organizational behavior standpoint, intervention is necessary under certain conditions, many of which are present in this conflict. 1. When there is a disagreement. The Israel-Hezbollah conflict is a clear case of disagreement, both in terms of territorial rights and security concerns. Third-party intervention is needed to facilitate dialogue between the two sides, as they are unable to negotiate directly without external pressure. 2. When there is a power imbalance. Israel, with its advanced military capabilities, holds a significant power advantage over Hezbollah. However, Hezbollah's influence in Lebanon and backing from Iran complicate this imbalance. Intervention by international actors like the UN is necessary to create a more equitable environment for negotiation. 3. When there is a risk of violence. Given the repeated outbreaks of violence and the high civilian death toll, the situation in Lebanon and Israel clearly presents a risk of further escalation. The UNGA discussions reflect the international community's awareness that immediate action is necessary to prevent a full-scale war. Conflict resolution skills. As discussions in the UNGA proceed, certain conflict resolution skills are critical in managing and potentially resolving the situation. 1. Active listening. Leaders and diplomats must genuinely listen to the concerns and demands of both Israel and Hezbollah. This skill is essential to reducing miscommunication and helping both sides feel understood, which can pave the way for more constructive dialogue. 2. Empathy. Demonstrating empathy for the suffering and security concerns on both sides is vital. Understanding the human cost of the conflict could shift the focus from military victory to humanitarian solutions. Empathy can also soften hardline positions, opening the door for compromise. 3. Problem solving. Negotiators must work towards concrete solutions that address the root causes of the conflict. This includes creating frameworks for disarmament, security guarantees for Israel, and political autonomy for Lebanon, ensuring that both sides achieve some of their core objectives. Causes of conflict. The Israel-Hezbollah conflict can also be analyzed by examining its root causes, which align with common organizational conflict triggers. 1. Communication breakdown. Misunderstandings between the parties, fueled by external actors and regional alliances, have led to a communication breakdown. This prevents direct dialogue and makes de-escalation nearly impossible without third-party intervention. 2. Lack of trust. Years of hostility have eroded trust between Israel and Hezbollah, creating a climate of suspicion and fear. Both sides are unwilling to believe in the possibility of peace without guarantees, which exacerbates tensions. 3. Different goals. Hezbollah's aim of resistance and Israeli security concerns reflect fundamentally different goals. These opposing objectives make it challenging to find common ground, as any concession could be viewed as a betrayal of their core missions. Conclusion. The ongoing conflict between Israel and Hezbollah is a complex issue with deeply rooted historical, political, and ideological elements. However, when viewed through the lens of organizational behavior, it becomes clear that it shares characteristics with more familiar forms of conflict, such as miscommunication, power imbalances, and personality clashes. The effects are just as damaging: negative emotions, destructive actions, and a breakdown of productive cooperation. As the UNGA discusses this conflict, the international community must focus on employing conflict resolution skills like active listening, empathy, and problem solving. Moreover, recognizing the underlying causes of the conflict, communication breakdowns, lack of trust, and different goals, can provide valuable insights into how to address these issues. Although the path to peace remains uncertain, a systematic approach to conflict resolution offers a way forward in reducing violence and fostering long-term stability.